Hello, MetFi family and all you DeFi enthusiasts out there. It's your friendly digital host, Medi, back with another episode of Medi's Digital Classroom, streaming right here every Tuesday. Last week, we had a blast exploring staking for beginners. Missed it? Don't worry, you can still catch it right here. Trust me, it's the perfect appetizer to whet your appetite for today's DeFi feast. Today, we're diving into a topic that's as exciting as it is crucial in the DeFi world. Providing liquidity. And for those who love a good read, remember, all this content is also available in our detailed blog posts. Just check the links in the description. So, what's DeFi, you ask? Think of it as a financial democracy where transactions aren't controlled by the big guys in suits but managed by you, me, and everyone willing to participate. It's like taking the power from a financial wizard behind a curtain and sharing it with the crowd. Decentralized systems have come a long way since the early days of blockchain, evolving beyond just supporting cryptocurrencies. Now let's talk liquidity. Picture this. You're at a concert trying to sell an extra ticket at the last minute. If there's a huge crowd, you can sell it easily, maybe even at a higher price. That's high liquidity. But if you're standing alone in a nearly empty parking lot, well, it's a different story. In DeFi, liquidity is just as important. It's the lifeblood that allows assets to be traded swiftly and without causing major price disruptions. It's like having a bustling marketplace ready to trade round the clock. Why does liquidity matter so much in DeFi? Well, it's all about efficiency and stability. A system with high liquidity ensures smooth transactions, fair pricing, and a healthier ecosystem overall. It's like making sure there's enough water in the pool before everyone dives in. Our goal today is simple: to unravel the mystery of providing liquidity in DeFi. We'll break it down, give you some neat examples, and maybe, just maybe, there'll be a joke or two along the way. So, whether you're a seasoned liquidity wizard or just starting out in the magical world of DeFi, there's something here for everyone. Let's get started. In the world of DeFi, it's all about how easily you can convert your assets into cash or other tokens without causing a market frenzy. Think of it as selling an old guitar. If you can sell it quickly and at a good price without having to perform a concert for the buyer, that's high liquidity. In DeFi, it means being able to move your crypto assets quickly and efficiently. It's like having a financial superpower where you can zip assets around in the blink of an eye. And why should you, as a user, care about liquidity? Here's why. Quick transactions. We all know that time is money, especially in the fast-paced world of DeFi. High liquidity means you can make transactions faster than a barista whips up your favorite coffee. Better pricing. More liquidity means a narrower gap between buying and selling prices. It's like finding a bargain at a flea market. The more sellers, the better the deals. Lower slippage. In the DeFi world, slippage isn't about slipping on a banana peel. It's about the difference between the price you expect and the price you get. High liquidity helps ensure you get what you see, much like that pizza ad that actually matches the delivered pizza. Lastly, the impact of liquidity on market health and investor confidence can't be overstated. A liquid market is like a popular restaurant. The more people dine, the more others want to join. It creates a positive cycle that attracts even more players. It's reassuring for investors to know they can move their assets without triggering a market quake. Now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you're finding this useful. Your support keeps our digital classroom buzzing with new and exciting content. And remember, if you're more of a reader than a watcher, all this content is available in blog format. Just check out the links below. Let's keep this learning adventure going, shall we? All right, MetFi family, let's shift our focus to the superheroes of the DeFi ecosystem, the liquidity providers, or LPs as they're affectionately known. These folks are the lifeblood of DeFi, and today we're going to understand just how important they are. Think of liquidity providers as the generous hosts at a grand financial banquet. They bring their assets to the DeFi party, contributing them to what we call liquidity pools. These pools are like giant digital cauldrons where various cryptocurrencies bubble and brew, ready for trading, lending, and all sorts of financial wizardry on DeFi platforms. In the old-school financial world, market makers are like the shopkeepers of the marketplace, always ready to buy your apples or sell you oranges. But in the DeFi universe, anyone can set up their stall and become a market maker just by being a liquidity provider. It's like going from a world where a few chefs cook for an entire restaurant to a massive potluck where everyone brings their own dish to share. Liquidity providers are like the architects who add extra lanes to our DeFi highway, keeping the traffic, or in our case trades, flowing smoothly. Their presence ensures that whenever you want to trade, there's always someone on the other end. Without them, DeFi platforms might resemble ghost towns. But with them, they're bustling digital metropolises. Now let's get our hands dirty and explore how you can jump into this pool of opportunity. Imagine a massive bathtub, but instead of water, it's filled with a variety of digital currencies. That's a liquidity pool for you. These pools are powered by smart contracts and hold reserves of different tokens, making all the magic happen in DeFi. Here is how it works. You, as a liquidity provider, deposit your tokens into these pools. In return, you get pool tokens, kind of like a receipt that proves your share in this digital potluck. When someone wants to trade a token, they tap into these reserves. Examples of DeFi platforms. Uniswap. Think of it as a massive token swap party. You bring what you have, swap it for what you need. Balancer. It's like being a financial DJ, balancing different tokens in a pool to create the perfect investment mix. Gone are the days when market making was all about shouting bids and offers in a stock exchange. AMMs have changed the game. They're like vending machines for cryptocurrencies. You put in one token, choose another, and voila. The trade happens based on a preset formula. It's automated, efficient, and completely changes the dynamics of trading. The secret sauce. Most AMMs use what's known as the constant product formula. It's a bit like a mathematical spell that ensures the product of the quantities of the two tokens in the pool remains constant. Now, if liquidity pools are the bathtubs, staking and yield farming are like nurturing a garden in this digital landscape. Staking, here, you're locking up your tokens to support the network's operations. It's like putting your money into a high-interest savings account, except here you're supporting the blockchain ecosystem. Yield farming, this is for the more adventurous souls. It involves moving your assets between different liquidity pools to chase those high returns. Think of it as rotating crops in a field to make sure you always get the best harvest. Platform examples. Aave. It's like a community savings and loans group. You lend out tokens or borrow against them. Compound. Similar to Aave, but with its unique twists and turns, offering different avenues for lending and borrowing. And there you have it. A whirlwind tour of the exciting world of liquidity providers and DeFi. Don't forget, if you're enjoying this journey, hit that like button, subscribe, and share. As we continue our educational journey in the world of DeFi and liquidity, it's time to buckle up and face the less glamorous side of things, the risks and challenges. Think of this as the safety briefing before an exhilarating roller coaster ride in an amusement park. Safety first, right? Let's tackle one of the biggest thrills in this ride, impermanent loss, a term that sounds more like a magic trick than a financial concept. Impermanent loss is a risk that comes with the territory of providing liquidity, especially in a market as unpredictable as a game of dodgeball. What exactly is impermanent loss? Well, imagine you're holding two balloons, each representing a token in a liquidity pool. If one balloon gets bigger or smaller than the other, you've got yourself an imbalance. That's impermanent loss. It happens when the price of your deposited assets changes from the time you put them in the pool. The bigger the price change, the more significant the loss. It's like going on a seesaw where one side suddenly gets heavier or lighter. You're in for an unexpected ride. Where does this occur? Typically in scenarios where there's a significant price change in one of the pool's assets, or when the crypto market decides to go on a roller coaster ride itself, which, let's face it, happens more often than we see cat videos on the internet. Next up, let's talk about smart contract vulnerabilities, the digital Achilles heel of DeFi platforms. These vulnerabilities are like the chinks in the armor, where even a tiny weakness can lead to significant consequences. Remember the DAO hack? It's a classic example where a loophole in a smart contract led to a massive loss. And there have been various instances where bugs in smart contracts were exploited, causing not just financial loss, but also shaking investor confidence. It highlights the need for something akin to a digital night, rigorous smart contract auditing. Moving on to the regulatory environment, which in the world of DeFi is like playing a global game of Twister. Each country has its own set of rules and stances, making it a complex landscape to navigate. For liquidity providers, this means staying on their toes, as varying regulations can affect how DeFi platforms operate and their participation in them. In some countries, stricter rules might lead to reduced participation or even withdrawal of services, impacting the liquidity in the market. Now let's shift gears and talk about the evolution of liquidity pools from V2 to V3. Think of V2 pools as large, all-inclusive swimming pools, where you mix equal parts of two tokens. The pricing in these pools is governed by a simple formula, the good old X times Y equals K model. It's like having one big party where everyone's invited. V3 liquidity pools, on the other hand, are like a series of smaller specialized pools. Here, you get to decide at which price ranges you want to provide liquidity. This targeted approach means you can focus your funds where you expect more trading action, potentially leading to more fee earnings. It's like setting up your lemonade stand in the busiest part of the park instead of just anywhere. The key difference? V3 pools offer more flexibility and can potentially be more efficient and profitable, especially in volatile markets. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Navigating V3 pools requires a bit more financial savvy. Alright, MetFi family, let's roll up our sleeves and delve into the practical side of things, how to actually provide liquidity on decentralized exchanges or DEXs. It's a bit like assembling a piece of furniture. Follow the instructions step by step, and you'll end up with a nice, sturdy chair. Miss a step, and you might find yourself sitting on the floor. So let's get started with a step-by-step guide to become a liquidity provider. Select your token. Think of this as picking the main ingredient for your culinary masterpiece. This should be a token you're comfortable holding, like choosing between chicken or tofu for your stir-fry. Select your exchange. If you're navigating the Binance Smart Chain, BSC, PancakeSwap is the go-to choice. For those who appreciate the classics, Uniswap is like the Beatles of DEXs, the original trailblazers. Research your pair. This is where you play Financial Cupid. Look for a pair where the prices dance together in harmony. It's like pairing wine with cheese. The better the match, the more exquisite the experience. And for the savvy investors, consider diving into a V3 pool for a more capital-efficient approach, potentially reaping more profits from fees. Equal value of both tokens. Balance is key here. It's like attending a potluck. You want to bring just the right amount. Not too much or too little. Either way, the choice here is not yours. Open your selected exchange. Head over to the Provide Liquidity section. It's like walking into a bank and announcing, "I'm ready to make some financial magic happen." Select your token pair. This is where you choose your financial dance partners. Pick the pair you've carefully selected and researched. Deposit your tokens. Now comes the big moment, the commitment. Deposit your tokens into the pool and receive your liquidity provider, LP, tokens. Think of it as getting an exclusive pass to a high-stakes financial soiree. Regularly check in. Keep a watchful eye on your investment. Withdraw your earned fees and stay updated on the pool's status. It's like caring for a garden. Regular check-ins ensure your plants, or in this case, investments, are thriving. Now let's address a burning question from one of our community members. Can I make profits in providing liquidity for MetFi? The answer is a resounding yes. With a robust trading volume on PancakeSwap, there's definitely potential for profit in the liquidity game. It's like setting up shop in a bustling marketplace where your goods, or liquidity in this case, are in high demand. Here's how to jump into the action. First, pick your pair and exchange. You can provide liquidity on any DEX on the Binance Smart Chain network. MetFi DAO is making waves by providing liquidity on PancakeSwap in 3 different pools: USDT, BNB, and BTCB. Feel free to join. When it comes to navigating impermanent loss, it's crucial to choose a pair that mirrors MetFi's price action closely. The closer the price dance between the two, the lower your risk of experiencing that dreaded impermanent loss. But remember, this type of loss is just that, impermanent. Short-term price fluctuations can be profitable, as long as the prices eventually waltz back to their previous ratio. However, it's important to note that impermanent loss becomes permanent once you pull your tokens out of the pool. Also, if the value of MetFi significantly rises or falls, you may find yourself holding more of the less preferred token in the pair. It's a bit like musical chairs. You don't want to be left standing when the music stops. And just like that, we've reached the end of our thrilling deep dive into the world of providing liquidity in decentralized finance, or DeFi. It's like the season finale of your favorite TV show, a mix of excitement, a bit of sadness, and a whole lot of anticipation for what's next. Let's zoom out for a moment and look at the big picture. DeFi isn't just another buzzword floating around in the financial cosmos. It's a full-blown revolution. By providing liquidity in DeFi, you become part of an elite team. Think of it as the financial Avengers. Each liquidity provider is a hero, playing a pivotal role in maintaining the ecosystem's balance and efficiency. You're not just a bystander in the world of decentralized finance, you're in the driver's seat. Now, a little humor to lighten the mood. Remember, providing liquidity can sometimes be as unpredictable as a cat trying to skateboard. It might glide smoothly, or it might take a sudden, hilarious tumble. The key is to enjoy the journey, learn from any stumbles, and always keep your financial helmet securely fastened. A word of wisdom from your friendly digital host, Medi. The journey of liquidity provision in DeFi is filled with its own set of dragons to slay and treasures to uncover. It's crucial to arm yourself with knowledge, stay informed, and never hesitate to reach out to the community for guidance and support. Think of it as embarking on an epic quest. You'll need both the map and the sword. Feeling inspired to join the ranks of liquidity providers? My advice is to start small. Dip your toes in the water, do thorough research, and maybe join a few DeFi communities. It's like starting a new workout routine. You begin with lighter weights and gradually increase as you get stronger. And remember, the DeFi landscape is constantly evolving, much like the ever-expanding universe of technology. There's always something new emerging on the horizon. So, keep your curiosity alive, your learning cap firmly on, and your eyes peeled for new opportunities and developments. With that, we wrap up today's session on providing liquidity in DeFi. Whether you came here for the knowledge, the potential profits, or just for the quirky metaphors, I hope you found this journey both enlightening and entertaining. The MetFi DAO community is always buzzing with conversations and insights, so don't hesitate to jump back in anytime. And if you prefer a visual experience, check out Medi's video recap on YouTube for a colorful and engaging recap of today's content. Until we meet again, keep your DeFi spirits soaring, your risks well calculated, and your liquidity adventures fruitful. Happy liquidity providing everyone. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Your support keeps our digital classroom thriving. See you next time.